stock market will be efficient if the prices of the shares get fairly determined, correctly priced. So here, prices are very sensitive to the information. And if information arrives at the right time, then it will be priced effectively. So like information can arrive at present information and the expected future information. Two informations can arrive there. So present information will be taken care by spot market and future informations will be taken care by the futures market. So here, actually what happens, these two markets will provide two different avenues for all type of market participants, and hence by their different initiative, strategies, market will try to become efficient. So here actually there are two different types of perspective on relationship between spot market and futures market. One is known as destabilizing forces hypothesis and the second one is market completion hypothesis. The first one says that introduction of futures market destabilize your spot market, while the other one says it will try to stabilize. Here actually we can observe one thing, both goes opposite, but one thing we can observe, there is a relationship between spot market and future markets. So that's what I want to evaluate, whether in Indian stock market, which type of relationship we are really observing here. So I will just remove this part here, I will not discuss. So one just here, if we look at the relationship between, turnover relationship between spot market and future market, we can see that is, your derivative market, that is future market, is getting higher turnover than spot market because of the leverage being given by this. And this is the relationship that we can easily observe. There is a relationship between this, but we have to statistically measure it, whether this relationship really holds true or not. Methodology wise, what I have done, there were number of literature, there is no literature dearth in this particular area. I have taken the literature, that is data, after 2009, means the impact of this crisis, financial crisis on Indian stock market. So I have tried to do this. And one different observation I have observed, first, like what are the methodology I have used, since the data was a time series data. So first I wanted to look at whether the data is stationary or not. Hence for this, I have applied two tests, that is on the daily stock closing prices, I have applied the ADF test, and it shows that my ADF data is non-stationary. It means my data was not stationary. Then I calculated the return data, and it shows that return were the stationary, and hence for all the purposes, I have used the return data. Next method was the Granger causality to identify the short-term relationship between spot market and future market. And here, for this Granger causality, I have to look at the lag-lead relationship between the data. So here, order selection criteria was used, and it says a 7 lag is an efficient lag. Now, after this Granger causality suggests there is no short-term relationship between Indian spot market, the return relationship between spot market and the future market. While there are so many studies which generally says spot market sometimes lead future market, while others says future market leads this market. While in my paper it says there is no relationship, short-term relationship. Then I moved to the second test. Maybe there is some problem with Granger causality, not able to predict this. Hence I went for impulse response also, and that also give the same answer, like there is no short-term relationship. Then what did I do? I went for long-term relationship, and I evaluated the long-term, that is Johansson co-integration, and it says there is a long-term relationship. It means in short term, after